Shavkat Rakhmonov is out of the rankings. Is the Kazakh dream in danger? A British fighter calls Khabib Nurmagomedov the final boss and demands he came out of a retirement. Colby Covington says Ilia Topuria will send Justin Gaethje to the moon. The truth about Epstein files. Return of Petr Yan. Welcome to Journalized. Please like the video and let's go into it. Shavkat Rakhmonov removed from rankings due to injuries. It is now official. Shavkat Rakhmonov is no longer in the top 15 of the welterweight division. This often happens when a fighter is inactive, and he will likely have to work his way back to the top. Shavkat shared an emotional message on social media explaining that his return is delayed because he had to have another surgery. He said that fighter's path is never easy and sometimes the price of your dream is your health. He believes this is a part of the bigger plan and promised his fans that he will return stronger, smarter and hungrier. His main goal remains the same, to bring the UFC belt home to Kazakhstan. Alfie Davis challenges the Nurmagomedov family. British fighter Alfie Davis is preparing for a PFL title fight against Usman Nurmagomedov on February 7th in Dubai. Davis is very confident and said that after he beats Usman, Khabib Nurmagomedov will become the final boss of the team. He joked that he will have to fight Khabib next, saying he will have to come out of a retirement for this. He showed some respect for Khabib but insisted that beating Usman is the first step to reaching the legend. Cain Velasquez and early release. There is news regarding former champion Cain Velasquez. He might be released from custody on parole, which means he will be released but he will be supervised. He might be released as early as this month. Alex Volkanovski apologizes to Diego Lopez. Alexander Volkanovski sent a message to Diego Lopez to apologize for an awkward moment during their fight. Volkanovski said, "I didn't realize my butt was actually on his face. I thought I was sitting on his chest, so I was trying to land some punches there." Meanwhile, Diego Lopez shared an update on his health. At the arena, doctors thought he had broken both legs. However, after going to the hospital for more tests, they found out only a few cracks. He does not need surgery, but will need to use crutches and splints for a few weeks. Movsar Evloev and the long wait for the title. Movsar Evloev is determined to get his title shot, saying, "I'm going to take what belongs to me." People have noticed a strange statistic about why he hasn't fought for the belt yet. He has had 20 fights scheduled in the UFC, but 11 of them were cancelled, and he has only competed in 9 successful bouts. Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier and Colby Covington's prediction. Justin Gaethje is open to a third fight with Dustin Poirier because he respects him as a real fighter. However, he said he is currently focused on moving forward to new goals rather than looking back. Not everyone is confident in Gaethje, though Colby Covington recently said that Gaethje wouldn't last a minute against Ilia Topuria. Colby claimed that Topuria would catch him with an uppercut and send him to the moon. Benoit Saint-Denis, the elite finisher. Benoit Saint-Denis is currently the leader in the UFC for the most finishes in the last 5 years. With 9 finishes, he is ahead of stars like Alex Pereira and Islam Makhachev. He said his goal is to win the BMF belt and the lightweight title. If he cannot get those fights, he wants to fight Arman Tsarukyan to take his spot in the rankings. About his return date. His trainer Nicolas Ott wants him to rest for a month before starting base work again. He expects Benoit to return to the octagon in May or June. The Tsarukyan negotiation. His manager Guillaume Peltier made a joke about Arman Tsarukyan. He said they would only fight Arman if Arman's father buys their houses for double the price, because they are worried Arman might cause a scandal and the fight would be cancelled. Paddy Pimblett is ready to return. Paddy Pimblett told his fans that he is back in the training and will be in octagon sooner than you notice. He also spoke about Benoit Saint-Denis. While he likes Benoit's style and thinks he is a good guy, Paddy said, "If he fights me next, I will finish him." Please like the video. Mauricio Ruffi fought with a serious illness. Alexander Volkanovski revealed that Mauricio Ruffi was very sick before his fight against Fiziev. Ruffi had type A flu and a very high fever at the start of the week. Volkanovski did not even think Ruffi could make weight or move properly. However, Ruffi showed great mental strength, showed up for the fight and performed incredibly well against a tough opponent like Rafael Fiziev. Petr Yan's confidence for the Dvalishvili trilogy. Petr Yan is very confident that he will defeat Merab Dvalishvili when they fight for the third time. He said there is nothing new to invent in his training. He used a famous saying, "The bull is always stronger, but the matador always wins." He believes his skills and strategy will overcome Merab's strength. Also, Alambayev withdraws because of a hand injury. Alambayev had to cancel his fight against Brandon Moreno in Mexico. He explained that he injured his hand just 2 days before the fight. He told his fans that he never refuses fights, but this injury was something he could not change. He mentioned that he still has 5 fights left on his UFC contract and plans to return for many more battles. The truth about Epstein files and the UFC. Recently there were rumors about UFC appearing in the Jeffrey Epstein files. After looking at the documents, it turns out Epstein was just a casual fan. He was on a spot mailing list and paid to watch UFC event in 2013, which was a fight Vera vs Jones. He also had a Fight Pass subscription. There is no evidence that Dana White or other MMA figures were involved in any of Epstein's illegal activities or visited his island. Michael Morales targets Islam Makhachev. Michael Morales is dreaming of a title fight against Islam Makhachev. He said he doesn't have a special respect for the champion because he bleeds just like I do. Morales believes everyone knows Islam's tactic. If the striking gets too hard, he tries to wrestle. Morales says he is preparing for every part of the fight to take his belt away. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video.